Someone has been deliberating and they're about to yield the sword of justice, is what I've heard. Okay. I was also seeing a clock and a time turner, so there's definitely something about time that's really relevant here. So let's see. Ten of Cups is something to do with their happiness, something that really makes their heart sing, is what I've heard. It fills them with joy, whatever it is. It's really beautiful warmth. Ten of Pentacles. Oh my God. Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. Okay. I've said this before, that's ultimate abundance. There's emotional fulfillment. There's financial abundance. Satisfaction, wanting for nothing, inside and outside is all just like within, so without energies. Someone's really, number 8 last year was 8 year. Someone really recognised their karmic cycles, and this year, the 9 year, they really are completing them out. Is what it feels like. Temperance, yeah, it's taken time. Wherever this is, 4 of Wands at the bottom of the deck as well. With those, I mentioned that time is a really big deal for somebody. There's been a lot of patience required from someone. I mean, this is like the happily ever after. Truly, it's kind of like, oh, okay, it's taken time because now we've got the 10 of Swords. 10, 10, 10, that's big. That's like, October could be an important month. Maybe a memory or something. Or even the seasons around that time. Okay. Yeah, it's taken time because someone's truly been stuck on this 10 of Swords for a very long time. The 10 of Swords was, I've just heard ultimate betrayal. So it would have been something really, they faced something. So I'm seeing, the film Ghost, where, I don't know if you've watched it yet, but I do love that movie, and it's kind of like that kind of ultimate betrayal energy. It could have been close to home, I mean, as well. Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. Let's see. It's a really beautiful energy. She's kind of like knowing her worth, And we've got the Queen of Wands and Two of Wands as well. Sorry, yeah, Two of Wands, Queen of Wands and Two of Wands. Wow. This is someone who has been really, truly knowing her worth, learning her worth, stepping into her worth, stepping into her path of purpose. Her light is glowing. Page of Swords, and there are people who are seeing this. She's deserving of this, by the way. There are others around her who, the ones for her, will see that. Okay, because let me tell you, she deserves the right ones. Okay, I'm saying she, this is an energy, so it's a feminine energy with these queens, right? But it could be that within you as well, you can relate. 9 of Cups with the 10 of Cups. So the 9 of Cups is kind of, you have all your, let's say, ducks in a row. So you've created so much within you that's got happiness. Maybe you've created different things, whatever it is that brings you emotional fulfillment. But that one cup that creates that 10, that's it. You don't need to ask for anything else. Your heart is completely full. That's here too. So it's kind of like a conversation is going to lead to something really beautiful here. I've got the Star at the bottom of the deck as well, Aquarius energy. So really, I think that this is honouring the beautiful part of the healing journey now. I think there's been a lot of darkness, but the only reason that happened is so somebody could truly see that they are worthy of this 10 of Cups and this 10 of Pentacles. What they truly desire, they're worthy of it. And they can bring so much to it. 4 of Wands again at the bottom of the deck. They have something to bring to this, It's kind of like they have a glowing light. It's not just like nothingness kind of energy, they have something to offer as well, right? 8 of Cups, 9 of Swords, 3 of Swords. Oh, yeah, this has been a walking away from. I think that there's this energy of wanting or seeing something that felt so right, felt so abundant, and having to walk away from it, having to face heartbreak as a result of it. But again, this created this beautiful energy for somebody's heart to really flourish, to really blossom. Here, Black Cats could be important as well. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Cups now. So truly, this is an emotionally up-leveled, so I've just had there, energy. Someone who's really beginning to understand the true meaning of unconditional love, not unconditional tolerance, as we've spoken about before, but truly understanding that, as she's doing this, understanding her worth, right? The Chariot. Learning how to love from a place where she's not overgiving, where she's not allowing someone's potential to deceive her. The beauty of it is she does see, above and beyond, so she sees what someone's capable of. But it's also about recognising who and what they're choosing to be, okay? there's definitely been a lot in the mix here that has caused a lot of temptation energies that might not necessarily have been hers, but they did cause her the pain. Wow, now this Two of Cups, this Queen of Pentacles. Not only is she now so certain about what she wants, she recognizes when it is in her alignment versus when it's not. She doesn't have to compete. She doesn't have to, manipulate or whatever. She just sits on a throne. She knows her worth, and she's taking the actions that she knows she needs to take to move towards this new path of purpose. Too many cards there. And this is something really stable. She's creating something really stable for her, and she's not just allowing people to lead with lust anymore. For Ace of Wands, she herself does have a very passionate nature, which is beautiful. I think this is why she has such beautiful desires, from her heart. She's understanding that it's not just external material abundance or how things look on the outside. It's not about that surface stuff. It's truly about the depth within. She's already had to learn that. Knight of Cups. Ooh, somebody wants to come forward and give her this 9 and 10 of Cups. She has a 9 of Cups. She's got that fulfillment. She knows her worth. She recognises herself. She's been pouring into her cup of self-love, right? Cups, may I add. She's been, the people around her have really been able to benefit from this as well, which is beautiful from her healing. But now there's this Knight who wants to come in with that 1 cup to make it the 10, right? But again, with the Knight of Cups, got the 6 of Cups as well. So it could be someone from the past resurfacing, retrograde season. But if you're not watching this during retrograde season, it's still something that may be the case. We'll find out. But there's this need to not operate in illusion. Neptune is retrograde, and that is really removing the veils of illusion. No longer travelling on that unsteady road. Okay, so this is someone who really needs to come in with truth. Okay, yeah, there's been a lot of loss. Regret. The emotional sadness here has been it's really sad, really low, it's like the heart's just been sad. Hard to explain. Wow. And then there's this Sun. Brighter times are ahead, happier times, joyful times, things that she wanted when she was in this 10 of Swords energy. Had to go through that darkness, and she was thinking about what she truly wanted and why that wasn't the case. That's what's coming. That's literally what's coming. That's what's here. The Hierophant. This is high level. She's committing to her high level self. That's why. She's not just doting on anyone, attached to anyone, waiting for someone to fulfill her or validate her. She's not outsourcing herself. She's been healing to the point where she's recognizing the wounds beneath the surface that was keeping her in these attachments and repetitive, wounded, trauma-based cycles. She's really been honoring herself. The Tower. Look at that. Yeah, this is completely. Whatever's coming next is going to. It's going to kind of shake up her foundation in that it's not going to be this pain and betrayal that she's experienced before. She knows that, because it's not about running off lust anymore or running off impulse. She's had that. She has had that before. That's why it hurt. It really kind of shook her up a bit, but this is going to be a different kind. It's going to be like, okay, no, we want this. This is what we're moving towards now. The 6 of Cups has come out. It's 4 of Pentacles. There's definitely something to do with the past that hasn't been balanced out. This might have something to do with, that deliberation energy that was coming through. That might be what this is. So I just wanted to double check with this Tower. Someone wants to really come through and heal whatever this Tower was. Got the King of Wands as well. So King and Queen of Wands, very passionate energies. There was a Tower and they want to work on it. They don't want it to be left the way it was anymore. That's what it is. That's why it's been a while. They've clearly been working on something because we've got the Devil energy here. Whatever happened in the past, it did really feel like, especially to the Queen of Wands, what it is. And this is how they operated. It was in lust. They had some kind of addictions that was kind of fueling them here. And the choice that they made with this Lover's card, maybe they thought they were doing the right thing, but it just ended up another Devil energy. So more of the just shadows being played out, the darker energies. And again, I really don't think this is what they intended, because by what I'm getting, they really want to fix this. But there's been so much pain and loss here. I can't even, it's just so much unsaid. But again, so much still stuck there, But I do feel like there's something about this feminine energy who is deserving of justice is what I'm getting. But I don't even think she sees it like that, because I think that she's so, like, again, she's been so focused on herself. She's at that energy, that time where she's just like, well, it is what it is, whatever comes. You know what I mean? Because she's now focused on her path of purpose that keeps coming through as well, which is so important for her, you know. She's stepping up, and she should. This energy is really coming through, and it makes me happy for her, because it's been hard. She's, yeah, it's not been easy for her. She's doing beautiful. Deception. Again, deception. Someone was not telling the truth. They weren't honest about what was fueling them, what was happening beneath the surface, everything they were going through, the reason why actually this tower happened. There's something more about this tower that I feel like this queen, this feminine energy just isn't fully aware of, actually. There's something about masks that's important. Maybe somebody's, you know, the King of Wands, that's already, could have been really led by ego here. So it could have been, you know, having a persona, a facade on as well. A show that actually wasn't his true self, you know. Not just for her, for the world, very soon. This is happening very soon. So clearly decide on what your boundaries are, you know. Because you're going to have to communicate those and enforce those. And when I say enforce, I don't mean, like, you know, gosh, you don't need to get all, like, guards up, you know, just, you know, with love, forgiving and learning, a space where you can both really understand where your boundaries are, both of you, because you're both going to have some, you know, like, you know, acting like that is it's not going to be okay for me or whatever, you know. You have to honour your truth, you know, you've been going through so much healing, you know what hurts you. You have to be honest about that, your vulnerabilities, basically, you know. You've already met the partner you seek. This could be the one. Codependency, addictions, external attachments. Someone was betraying their own heart, really, but I think it was truly because of these addictions. So it's kind of like when you have addictions or whatever it is, you know, certainly some kind of temptations that are really pulling on someone's energy. It can really pull you away from your truth. Heart-to-heart conversations, just as I keep saying, heart is real. Something about heart that's really important. And with this King and Queen of Wands as well, you know, they could both have very passionate heart space. And we've got the 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. Something could have been so beautiful here, but it turned, I'm hearing kind of disaster, destroyed. Honestly, discuss your feelings. Whoa. The only card that's upturned here is engagement. Oh, there's another one, romantic feelings. What I'm getting from that is there's going to be some kind of outpouring of emotion, especially with this honestly discussing your feelings. But again, it's going to be once there's this grounds of safety that's established. I think that this is somebody who was themselves acting out of, they weren't a safe space at that time. They weren't. Worth waiting for. Time turner. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance, healing family issues. There could be something about family as well, actually. That's been really important here. Both of you might have been doing this. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So maybe that's what it was in the past. Maybe something about the holidays is important. So maybe winter, summertime, like Christmas. Well, depends on which hemisphere you're in, but, you know, Christmas time, or even just like that around summertime if you're in the northern hemisphere. Those energies could be really important, those dates, right? We also had Easter time for somebody. Retreat, disconnecting from the world, finances and career. Someone has been disconnected from more than what you realise, not just from this, but from so much, because they've been working on their finances. Again, there's been some kind of heartbreak to do with their finances here. I'm just going to do some more. And I don't think you know about this. I think it's taken a toll on them, but again, this is what they had to face in order to really, again, face themselves and no longer be operating with whatever these addictions were. They were affecting more than just this connection. They were affecting so much of their life. Freeing yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Pay attention to red flags. They've been paying attention to the red flags. They weren't before, especially whenever this happened at all. They might have outsourced their blame onto you or whatever. Finally, time to take accountability and to recognise where they have been responsible for whatever this destruction has been, these destructive energies. It's been internally sourced, truly. Okay, love yourself first. Children. So in order to really bring children into this situation, you're going to have to learn how to clear through those karmic energies so they're not passed on in generations. You know, someone's really self-respect. It could have been that there could be something to do with that in a child, that they didn't have that self-respect, that self-worth, you know, because for some reason they weren't loving themselves with whatever it is that was happening from a very young age. But this is what they've been understanding and healing themselves and freeing themselves from that kind of mindset and whatever it is that was planted within them. from that age, bring love into the situation. There could also be something about maybe a child. There might have been something about a child here. Even I've just had potentially a loss, which is just, that's a different kind of pain. Can't be explained. Bring love into the situation. Again, that is Aquarius energy. Work through your fears. I'm getting really emotional talking about children, so there's something about that that's really hitting hard. Okay. Scorpio energy, working through your fears. Yeah. Again, that Devil card, you know, the reason someone was going through those betrayal cycles was because of their own fears that they hadn't addressed. That adjustments are required. That were just beneath the surface. The moon was at the bottom of the tarot deck as well, so these cards are being very strange today. The answers you need are coming. Gemini energy. Prosperity lies ahead. Yeah, you know, there's going to be whatever this conversation is, and the answers are kind of relayed, and you begin to understand each other's journey. There's going to be, you're going to make the decision to create some kind of adjustment. It could even be, I'm not talking straight away, definitely not. Talking about longer term, there could even be something about making plans to move is what's really coming through as well. Or even just adjustments to really be able to connect more from that heart space, you know. I'm not talking about passion, I'm talking about your heart love. A time to give rather than take. Meditate and contemplate. Yeah, I think someone has been in that kind of taking energy, and they're understanding that. They're recognizing where actually, I think that they feel like they have taken, and they're feeling kind of the remorse of it is what I've heard. But yeah, there's this beautiful new energy coming through, and it all comes with being truthful with yourself and with each other, okay? As you converse with each other as well, it's also going to become apparent to you what is still beneath the surface, that still needs to come up and be healed, okay? Because there might still be something there to do with that inner child, like needing something or being scared of whatever's happening, you know, that trauma. But this is an opportunity for you to kind of clear through that and heal through that. Know that you are your safe space to practice all those beautiful tools that you've been learning to love on yourself, truly, and get real. Okay, vulnerability is a two-way thing, and it's gonna, there's a lot here that someone's really not aired, and it's time to kind of understand that in order to create whatever this is that's worth it, you know, that beautiful, true, like romance of lifetimes kind of energy, then it requires that their true face. Okay, two-way thing, remember. And I've just seen as well, I'm finished this video at 11:11, so that could be important for someone. Okay, sending so much love.